It was foretold that you would be here.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best moments from all 4 seasons of the standout animated series Star Wars Rebels.
Oh, you have a purpose here. Perhaps you are protecting something.
Number 20. Ahsoka is Fulcrum. If there's one thing Rebels was good at, it was marrying 2 iconic eras of Star Wars, and this familiar character return gave us chills. Throughout the first season, Hera is in contact with someone under the alias Fulcrum, who provides assistance while the rebellion starts to take form. The season finale ends with the crew of the Ghost escaping an Imperial Star Destroyer. They're then greeted by a hologram of Bail Organa, but things get even better when Fulcrum appears in the flesh, and she is none other than former Jedi apprentice Ahsoka Tano.
Fulcrum. Ahsoka. My name is Ahsoka Tano.
At this point, we didn't know what happened to Ahsoka after the Clone Wars, so seeing her a bit older and with a new animation style was a real treat.
So what happens now?
I don't know. One chapter has closed for you, Ezra Bridger. This is a new day, a new beginning.
Number 19. Flight of the B-Wing.
Turn me loose, Phantom.
Say hello to Callus for me.
Oh, we will, if there's anything left of him.
Hera Syndulla may just be the finest pilot in the galaxy, and she really gets her time to shine here. When the rebels find themselves stymied by an Imperial blockade, Hera takes Zeb and Sabine to meet with a Mon Calamari engineer named Quarry, who's been working on a very powerful starfighter. The Blade Wing, or B-Wing for short, proves to be very temperamental, and Quarry isn't much better. But Hera manages to handle herself and adapt to the ship's unconventional design. When she rejoins the rebels at the blockade, she shocks everyone with the B-Wing's multi-cannon blast, wiping away a command cruiser.
Fire!
That's impossible.
When it comes to epic space battles, no one puts Hera in a corner. Number 18. Kalani and Rex make amends.
Let us go!
Negative, Captain.
Ended the Clone War has, although nobody seems to have told General Kalani, the commander of a remnant army of battle droids. After the rebels, including former clone trooper Rex, land on his planet, Kalani captures and forces them to engage in war games. When the less-than-harmless games are interrupted by a visit from the Empire, Kalani refuses to help the rebels fight, until Ezra drops an extra-strength logic bomb on the droid.
Sounds like the Empire has always been your enemy.
You are against the Empire. I am against the Republic. Now, the Republic has become the Empire. I accept your logic.
The positive message of putting aside grudges for the greater good may not be subtle, but it's still relevant and well executed. We'd be lying if we said Rex taking out swarms of clankers didn't make us feel a little nostalgic.
I am satisfied if you are, Captain.
I am.
Number 17. Lando's cameo.
Name's Calrissian. Lando Calrissian.
It's always nice to see an old friend, and that's exactly what we got in this funny episode, which featured an appearance from suave super smuggler and ladies' man extraordinaire Lando Calrissian.
I don't suppose you'd like to see my more impressionistic pieces.
I happen to be an impressionistic connoisseur.
Original Lando actor Billy D. Williams returned to voice the fan-favorite character, and it's clear that he still has the same easygoing charm and occasional backstabbing tendencies.
What do you have to offer in return?
Her name is Hera.
What?
His interactions with the rest of the Ghost crew, which includes him cheating Zeb at a game of sabacc and Hera getting him back for his actions, make for some great comedic moments, reminding people that Star Wars can be just as funny as it is epic.
Oh, you're welcome.
I deserve that, but can we?
Number 16. Sabine versus Gar Saxon. To say Sabine's familial relationships are fraught would be an understatement, but she more than proves herself when she returns to her homeworld.
Put her in a cell. She'll be held for trial. Mother?
We need to talk.
The Dark Saber.
Clan Ren has since been buckled under Imperial rule. But Sabine's wielding of the Darksaber, a Mandalorian legend, is enough to inspire hope for liberation. However, when the ancient blade falls in the hands of Imperial Mandalorian Gar Saxon, Sabine uses Ezra's lightsaber to duel the turncoat.
I'm impressed. You have some skill, but not enough to save you!
That's funny. I was about to say the same thing to you.
It's a seriously dynamic duel, as the combination of Mandalorian and Jedi fighting styles makes for a unique experience. Sabine defeats and spares Saxon, but his cowardice prompts Sabine's mother to end him, repairing their relationship in the process. Sabine doesn't wield the Darksaber for much longer, but we say she's more than worthy.
Perhaps Mandalore needs chaos if it's to become strong once again, and so that we may find a leader worthy of our people.
Number 15, Vader vs. Ezra and Kanan. While Lothal is arguably the planet we see the most in the series, it becomes an even more fraught location in the Season 2 premiere when Vader tries to snuff out the rebel sect there.
Do you feel that?
The cold.
In a chilling moment, Vader confronts our heroes as they make their escape, forcing Kanan and the inexperienced Ezra to fend him off.
Your master has deceived you into believing you can become a Jedi.
They, of course, make it by the skin of their teeth, but not before Vader roughs them up quite a bit. It ultimately takes putting Vader in the path of a falling walker to get away, but this is of course nothing to the Dark Lord, who merely shrugs it off with the Force.
If that doesn't kill him, what will?
Not us. Run!
Aware they cannot defeat Vader, the rebels wisely flee while they can. Number 14, Ezra meets Yoda.
Whoa. I know this place.
Special duties?
This is one Jedi Master who never retired. Having previously appeared in the show as a disembodied voice, Yoda finally gets to appear as himself, or at least a very accurate representation of himself in the Jedi version of a Zoom call, in this Force Vision-filled episode.
Padawan. Thousands of Jedi once there were. Then came war.
While meditating in a Jedi temple, Ezra gets a direct line from the diminutive Jedi Master, who gives him some sage advice about the dangers of fear, as well as the often high costs of defeating your enemy.
A challenge lifelong it is not to bend fear into anger.
Frank Oz returns to voice Yoda, and sounds just as funny, kind, and melancholy as he did all those years ago. And as for the complaints about Yoda's visual design,
when 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not.
Number 13, Maul blinds Kanan. The two-part Season 2 finale is so noteworthy that we'll have to come back to it later on. But in the meantime, its reintroduction to the Sith Lord previously known as Darth Maul is truly iconic. After Maul befriends Ezra on the group's journey to the Sith Temple on Malachor, the latter persuades his friends to work with him for the time being. Maul, Ezra, Kanan, and Ahsoka continually battle the Inquisitors. But whereas the others won't kill, Maul has no such compunctions, ending the Inquisitor saga for good.
Finish her!
I can't!
Once their enemies are defeated, Maul betrays them and slashes Kanan's face, blinding him.
Where's Ezra? You mean my apprentice?
It's a truly shocking moment, but ultimately a watershed event in Kanan's larger journey. Number 12, Ahsoka versus the Inquisitors.
But I've learned more about his Inquisitors. It seems they have a secondary mission to make retrievals.
We know they hunt Jedi.
She still got it. After spending almost 2 seasons in an administrative role, former Jedi apprentice Ahsoka Tano gets to show off her lightning-fast lightsaber skills and strength in the Force in a no-holds-barred duel against 2 Imperial Inquisitors. Jumping in to save her rebel allies, as well as an adorable Force-sensitive toddler, Ahsoka easily overpowers the assassins, who only walk away with their lives thanks to the arrival of reinforcements.
You are beat.
The well-choreographed action scene is both visually exciting and a triumphant showcase of one of the Star Wars universe's most recent beloved characters. Also, how sweet are those white lightsabers?
Unexpected, but not unwelcome.
Number 11. Escape from Stygian Prime.
Is it really her?
Yes, but something's wrong.
Nobody expects the Imperial Inquisition. After receiving news that Jedi Master Luminara Unduli is still alive, the crew of the Ghost travels to a prison on Stygian Prime to rescue her. However, in true Star Wars fashion, the rescue goes awry, and the rebels are forced to escape despite being heavily outgunned by both stormtroopers and the cold and calculating Grand Inquisitor.
There will be no reinforcements.
With plenty of last-minute escapes, emotional character moments, and a climactic lightsaber duel, the episode expertly captures the inspiring daring-do and crowd-pleasing moments that Star Wars is known for, without shying away from the darker side of the galaxy. The Force was definitely strong with this one.
Look, I may fail, you may fail, but there is no try.
Number 10. The Battle of ATOLLON. Grand Admiral THRAWN is worthy of his status as the series' big bad, and this is where we first saw the full potential of his strength and cunning. Not to mention that of the Bendu. When the rebels look to attack the Empire on Lothal, THRAWN anticipates this and instead tricks them into revealing their base on ATOLLON. From there, a full-scale invasion begins, one that requires the big guns to get out of. Ezra enlists Sabine and the other Mandalorians, while Kanan enlists the Bendu, who unleashes his entire might on the unsuspecting Imperial fleet.
I am the light. I am the dark. I am the Bendu.
The rebels escape, and THRAWN is able to incapacitate the Bendu, who chillingly prophesizes THRAWN's defeat before vanishing.
I see your defeat, like many arms surrounding you in a cold embrace.
Number 9. Unlocking the Holocrons.
Show me where he keeps the holocron.
I don't know anything about him.
That's not true.
Forget horoscopes. Holocrons are the best way to predict the future. When spiky former Sith Lord Maul captures Ezra's friends, the young Jedi is forced to cooperate with the crafty villain. This means he must help Maul combine a Sith holocron and a Jedi holocron in order to obtain untold knowledge. Once the holocrons are combined, Ezra and Maul get a glimpse into the future, which teases planets and characters Star Wars fans know very well.
Stay focused, Apprentice. Gain the knowledge you desire.
Remember Bendu's warning!
Subtly infusing fan service with an awe-inspiring light show, in addition to setting up a future confrontation between Maul and an old nemesis. It's almost a shame when Ezra's friends rescue him and interrupt his Jedi acid trip.
I'm not sure what they mean.
I'm sure we'll find out together.
Number 8. Saving Ahsoka. After leaving Ahsoka mid-battle with Vader, we again wondered as to her fate at the end of Season 2. It wasn't until well into Season 4 that we got any answers. After Ezra enters a mystical door in the Jedi Temple on Lothal, he ends up in a world between worlds outside of space and time. It's through other doorways that he's able to interact with pivotal moments in history, as we hear a slew of familiar voices.
The Force is what gives the Jedi its power. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us, it penetrates us, it binds the galaxy together.
Ezra sees Ahsoka dueling Vader as the Sith Temple collapses and pulls her through, essentially saving her life. When Ezra has the opportunity to do the same for Kanan, Ahsoka dissuades him from tampering with fate.
You don't understand what you're asking me to do.
Yes, I do. You can't save your master, and I can't save mine. I'm asking you to let go.
Oh, and there's some cool stuff with the Emperor. Number 7. Ezra builds his lightsaber.
Apparently someone is not quite ready to become a Jedi.
If only our coming of age involved getting our own lightsaber. While exploring a lost Jedi temple on Lothal, Ezra faces many trials in the forms of Force visions that make him confront his greatest fears. Ezra manages to complete the trials and is contacted by Jedi Master Yoda's voice, who gives him some words of encouragement before leading the young Jedi in training to a kyber crystal, which the Jedi use to power their lightsabers.
I thought I'd let you check it out first.
Ezra building his own lightsaber is a great way to symbolize his newfound confidence and growth as a character. And when he ignites his saber at the end of the episode, it truly feels like he's earned it. Number 6, Sabine versus Kanan.
I won't do it.
So you do know what the darksaber is.
And you thought Jedi training was tough. After finding a Mandalorian darksaber, Sabine reluctantly decides to learn how to use it. Unfortunately, learning to wield the saber ain't like dusting crops, and Kanan puts her through grueling training sessions that are only made harder by the fact that the blade reminds Sabine of her estranged relationship with her family.
I believe I can learn to use that sword. I just don't want everything that comes with it.
The training culminates in an emotionally raw duel where Sabine confronts her past, almost killing Kanan in the process. The scene fleshes out Sabine's complexity as a character, while at the same time giving audiences a brutal and cathartic duel. What better way to work out your family issues than with a good old-fashioned beatdown?
I had to stop it! I spoke out! I spoke out to save them! To save everyone!
Number 5, Kanan's sacrifice. After Kanan rescues a captured Hera on Lothal, the two share a tender moment when the latter finally admits her feelings for him.
I love you.
Must be the truth serum talking.
No. It's me. All me.
But because TV shows don't want us to be happy, it's followed by what's easily the show's saddest moment.
Target that fuel pod, now!
But sir, the fuel!
I gave you a direct order.
When Governor Price catches the rebels fleeing, she has her forces open fire on the nearby fuel tanks. It takes all of Kanan's force ability to keep the explosion at bay. He and Hera have one brief final moment when his vision is finally restored. In his last act, Kanan pushes his friends to safety before letting the flames take him. It's a truly tragic sacrifice, bookended by some of the series' highest highs and lowest lows. Number 4, Ezra defeats THRAWN. The series finale gave us everything we ever wanted, reuniting countless fan-favorite characters for one epic final showdown. But even we were floored by how things got resolved. The rebels enact an all-or-nothing campaign to remove the Empire from the capital city, but of course THRAWN has other plans. Ezra goes to confront the Grand Admiral, before being tempted by the Emperor into bringing his parents back to life.
You'll always be a part of me. I have to let you go.
Completing his character arc, Ezra refuses, and instead saves his new family by calling in the Purrgil for reinforcements. The space whales deplete THRAWN's fleet, before Ezra compels the beasts to take him and the villain through hyperspace, neither to be seen again for quite some time.
Ezra, please, get out of there!
I can't do that. It's up to all of you now.
Number 3, Kanan faces the Grand Inquisitor. Way to go out with a bang! In the show's first season finale, Kanan and Ezra have one last climactic battle with the Grand Inquisitor. Forced to combat the assassin, Kanan and his apprentice put up a fierce fight, but the Inquisitor still gains the upper hand, knocking Ezra off a platform and presumably to his death. Unfortunately for the Inquisitor, Kanan's anger and grief give him the energy and focus he needs to win, and win he does.
Let me show you how strong it is.
The scene is a high-stakes Fast and Furious battle punctuated by some real emotional highs and lows. But the cherry on top is the Grand Inquisitor's ominous final words of what's to come.
There are some things far more frightening than death.
Number 2. Obi-Wan and Maul's final duel.
Now the only one who has gained anything from all of this is...
me.
There are few Jedi and Sith whose fates are more intrinsically linked than Obi-Wan Kenobi and Maul. So imagine our satisfaction when they close the final chapter in their rivalry. When a holocron message convinces Ezra that he needs to save a long-thought-dead Obi-Wan, he spirits away to Tatooine to find him. Unfortunately, this is all a trick by Maul to get the young Jedi to lead him to his nemesis, which is exactly what happens. After Obi-Wan sends Ezra off, he and Maul exchange a few chilling words before breaking out their lightsabers.
If you define yourself by your power to take life, your desire to dominate, to possess, then you have nothing.
And what do you have?
It's a short fight, but one that sees Obi-Wan deliver a fatal blow. He holds a dying Maul in his arms, giving him a new hope for the galaxy.
Tell me, is it the chosen one?
He is.
He will avenge us.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Ahsoka vs. Vader.
Perhaps I was wrong.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Who says Star Wars can't make you cry? In the Rebels Season 2 finale, fans finally got the battle they had been waiting for ever since the end of the prequel series The Clone Wars.
Our long-awaited meeting has come at last.
I'm glad I gave you something to look forward to.
Sith Lord Darth Vader, aka Anakin Skywalker, versus his former apprentice Ahsoka Tano. It's safe to say they delivered, as the former partners fight a battle that is just as internal as it is external.
Revenge is not the Jedi way.
I am no Jedi.
Ahsoka's pleas for her old master to abandon his evil ways are especially heartbreaking, considering they seem to momentarily bring out the old Anakin before his Vader persona takes over again. Brutal, powerful, and sad. The battle even gives Order 66 a run for its money. Were there any Rebels moments we missed? Shout them out in the comments below.
And remember, the Force will be with you, always.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.